The metrics on this thing basically just, I guess, use engagement and social engagement and what's being said, I guess, in a lot of ways.
Let me tell you how I read it.
You want to know, Cappy?
Well, I know how.
You say your...
Come on, he's the CEO of Cited.
Your
Cited
interpretation first.
Okay, well, here's directly from the article. Clipper fans ranked among the 10 smartest fan bases at number 8. The study says that nearly 56% of Clipper fans are likely to have a high school education. So this isn't about smart basketball fans. This is who has the most educated fans.
I thought when I read it that was just one of the metrics that they used.
Okay, here's another one. You ready? The relationship between the education, so take somebody, how many years they were in school, and intellect of the social media followers of every team.
That's what I was referring to. That was the thing that I felt like they took most into account.
So for every year that you have of education, you have a 4-year college degree, they added between 1 and 5 points to your score. So it's really not about who are the smartest basketball fans. It's about who are the most educated fans. I found the whole study to be, quite frankly, offensive.
Why offensive?
Cancel these guys.
That's a strong take out of Cappy.
That's right. Thank you.
Offensive is a strange position.
He hasn't brought a lot all week, but today he brought that.
Yeah. I'm grabbing to see if I have a pair, Chris.
I will say this.
You got to sound off like you have a pair.
In defense of Laker fans, and now granted, there's a lot of them, right? Like it's the largest fan base arguably in all of sports. So you're going to get, when you have that large a fan base, you're going to get some of the creme de la creme, right? And you're going to get a lot of not the creme de la creme.
Because it's a larger sample.
Correct, a much larger sample.
Right.
But I'll say this, the Lakers blogosphere, okay, is as vast and smart as any of the team's blogospheres. And I tend to follow a lot of these, particularly on the NBA side. I follow a lot of these like blog sites for these teams because they usually have pretty good anecdotes in regards to the teams. And there's so many for the Lakers, and I think they all do a really good job. So I think in regards to being able to find good Lakers content, there's a lot of places to go.
No, not according to this study. According to this study,
well, they're judging the fans.
Laker fans on social media are a bunch of dumbasses, a bunch of uneducated dumbasses.
Well, here's what I would say. Fans in general, particularly on social media, you're not getting the highest level of discourse all the time.
Well, all I'm saying is this. Your point is right on. That when you're the Lakers and you have this massive fan base of, call it 100 million people on social media, and they start to consider how many people went to high school and college and have other degrees and so on, and that's how they rank who the smartest fans are, and the Lakers have 100 million out here, and the Clippers have 1 million in here, and you start to try and figure out who went to what degree, and you're like, oh, the Laker fans are a bunch of dumbasses. I mean, it's just this whole entire thing is, honestly, George, I'm telling you right now, it's offensive.
But why offensive? I thought you were going to go gutless there, personally.
Not gutless. Yeah. I'm offended by it.
Why are you offended? Why are you offended by it? You're not a Lakers fan.
Because the way they make it seem is, hey, who are the smartest fans? But they don't mean smart in terms of basketball. They mean smart in terms of who has the most education.
Right. Well,
that's
again,
dumb.
We've already discussed that was part of it. The other part of it was the actual engagement.
Well, the way I read it, I have a different interpretation.
Clearly, we always know you have a different interpretation.
Slightly different interpretation.
Now, Laura, you are a Lakers fan. You have a degree, recently went to school and got a degree.
Mazel tov, girl.
Your boo, though, a Clippers fan, though.
Does he have a degree?
Yeah, he has a finance degree from Kelsey Fullerton.
Oh, there you go. Finance degree.
Go Titans.
Yeah. Now, do you believe him to be very smart?
Yeah, he's very smart. He also did a year at law school.
So that's our small sample size here of Clipper fans.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. Hold on.
I have multiple degrees and a BA in psychology.
Damn.
So
okay. See, now this is the whole key.
Bleep you.
Right. This is the key. You see what you just said. The boo went to 1 year of law school, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The boo gets credit for his 1 year of law school. So when they decide who the smartest fans are, they're like, Boo went to 4 years of college and 1 year of law school. We're giving Boo 5 points. See what I'm saying? So Boo just scored 5 points for Clipper fans.
I feel like you trying to break this down and how they did this study sounds like when George was trying to break down to you how the cap space works in the NBA.
Lindsay, let me explain to you the poison pill here of this survey. In fact, let me tell you about the bird rights.
Let me
of
tell
this
you
survey.
something. You better learn those terms for next year. For by the time
Next year?
by the time free agency rolls
Yeah, we got like
around.
a month.
Yeah,
Bird rights.
You better start boning up there.
Yeah,
Cappy,
bird
I
rights.
don't agree with you a lot, but with this one, I'm with you. Like, it
Yeah.
is, for me, it's offensive for a lot of reasons.
Darn right, girl.
You know, especially education-wise. Like,
Yes.
I literally text you guys, education higher doesn't always equal intelligence. So for me, it's like, dude, a lot of people just don't want to go to school. Like, they make money other places. So
That is true.
just saying.
Yeah. So there you go. So Laker fans, we have your back.
Hey, whoever created this survey, you know what you should do?
Go to hell?
No, you don't have to go to hell. I mean, you could. You should definitely check yourself.
Oh, okay.
Cappy, did Steve Mason mention to you that he wants you to sing the national anthem with him at Mandy's too?
No, Cappy actually invited himself to sing the national anthem with Mason.
Oh, Mason
Incorrect.
Incorrect. Mason made it sound much different last night. But
I suggested that Mason and I reunite for the national anthem like we did last year for the softball game, which was completely impromptu and brilliant, by the way. I said we should reunite for the national anthem in advance of the post party, the after party.
Correct.
And now there's going to be a national anthem before the Mandy's?
well, there was last year. It opens the show.
There
I forgot
was?
about
I don't
that.
remember that.
Yeah, remember Mace forgot the words, and then Key and I started singing with him?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, like Carl Lewis. Yeah.
I might have been getting my my drink at that time.
Well, this year is going to be a little different. Everybody's going to have to get locked and loaded backstage first. And there's going to be like the show groups are introduced first, and then you guys go to your seat. And then the big opens play. We're doing it a
Oh,
little
so
different.
we have to do, now that we know that, I feel like we need to come up with some type of like.
No, it's literally like DJ Ray. I won't even be on stage at that point. This is our warm-up
So
DJ.
are
We'll
we
say,
going to come out to our show song?
Yeah, Sedano and Cap, and then you guys
Okay.
kind of like wave, and then you go get your seat.
We're not going to go bam, bam, bam. We're not going to do that.
But I don't know if it's going to be all mic'd.
Right, it's not being mic'd. So that's,
There's a whole checklist this year. Tommy, the CEO of the Fun and Games Department, is really cracking down on he wants like the talent to do a meet and greet section.
Yeah,
so there's
me too.
all this pre-show, which is great
a meet and greet section
with the listeners before
Okay.
the show. So
Okay.
you got to take pictures on the red carpet.
Nice.
There's a lot of
I
work.
mean, we did that last year anyway.
I know, but that's
But it
why
wasn't
when,
as organized as
That's
what
why
you're
when
saying.
Cappy talks about an after party, this is like a 7-hour day.
Okay.
And
you
then-
guys want to cancel the after party? We can.
No, it's your after party. Like I said.
I mean, I'm not going anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
might-
I'm out on it.
I might have my own after party afterwards in my room, but
Laura, didn't you like the after party last year?
it was fun.
No, we were there for a little bit. We left early because I had to work. I mean, I had to
It
work
didn't
at
sound.
3
It didn't
a.m.
sound like you were that.
Yeah,
nice.
it didn't sound like it.
Listen,
I
I
mean, it was
had
all
to.
right for a little bit.
Well, because I had to work at 3 a.m. I had a full shift at another job that I had to go do.
There's
so I
a
had to go-
Farmer
you know
Boys
what
down
I'm
the
saying?
street. We can go. I think they're open 24 hours. We can
I
have
mean-
some burgers.
Maybe I should ask Clinton Yates if he thought we had a good time at the after party
Yeah,
last
he's
night.
Maybe you,
longer.
you should ask him. All right, Cappy, coming up next is we'll get into the game tonight, which you can catch in an hour right here on this station. Rest versus rust. Is that a real thing? We'll get to that. But first, let me tell you about my guy, Jacob and Ronnie. If you're riding in the back seat of a Uber or Lyft and you get in an accident, you get injured, it's completely different than a normal wreck. Your driver is covered by Uber or Lyft, so not only are you dealing with the other person's insurance, you need to speak with the rideshare company's insurance as well. You don't want to deal with this on your own. You need an expert in these situations, and my guy Jacob is the expert when it comes to handling Uber and Lyft accidents, man. Call him at 844-24-JACOB if you're ever getting yourself in one of these situations in an Uber or Lyft. Years ago, Jacob and his team took on these cases before other attorneys. Jacob understands all the nuances involved in all these particular accidents. So if you're injured in any type of rideshare accident, there's only one name to remember. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. Listen, a lot of attorneys say they're going to fight for you. You call Jacob, man, he's going to win for you. You call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Individuals and businesses
It's a bit of a surprise live imaging Thursday because we are getting ready for the NBA Finals in 1 hour. You can hear it here at 5:30 p.m. Heat Nuggets, courtesy of ESPN Radio, Game 1. Will you be rooting for Sedano's Heat tonight?
Mark Kestisher, Doris Burke, PJ Carlissimo on the call.
Oh, we love PJ.
Yeah, and Doris, of course.
And Doris, but I've never met Doris. I've spent time with PJ.
She's the GOAT.
Also,
yeah, I don't know her either, but I do know that guy Kestisher, man, that guy's been on ESPN Radio for what, 30 years?
Like 25, I believe. Yeah, Kesti's great.
it's World Milk Day, and happy birthday, Morgan Freeman turns 86 today.
Really?
Wow.
Wow, he looks great.
And he's been in 860 movies.
My God.
Wow, 86 years old, 10 movies a year, huh?
Oh, I saw that Heidi Klum's birthday is today, right?
Yes.
Hey, happy birthday, Heidi.
So a buddy of mine.
She broke Seal's heart, though.
She did. A buddy of mine, like a rose in the, what is it called?
Kiss from a
Kiss
Rose
from
on
a
the
Rose.
Rose. That was a good song back then.
It was. A buddy of mine was on AGT, America's Got Talent. I saw the recording of it. I recorded it on my DVR. Orlando Leyba, who's been in studio with me, he was in here back in the old Sedano and Friends days when Freddie was in here one day. I brought him in because he was doing a show at the Improv or at the Comedy Store, and he came in. He did like half an hour with us. He was hilarious. He was on AGT yesterday. He crushed it. Simon Cowell loved him. They all loved him. Howie loved him. It was great to watch.
It's funny you mentioned Sedano and Friends. I was looking for something early this morning, and I went through some old files, and I found an old Sedano and Friends promo from back in, 2018?
Was it who was on with me that day?
I don't
Mina
remember.
Kimes? McMiniman was a part of Sedano and Friends for
Good show, though.
during basketball season.
It's a good show.
Miniman.
Yeah.
Sedano and Cappy, continue.
We had Mina on before. She was already a star, but she became a superstar after that.
Hey,
We
George,
actually had
I
her
just,
voice some promos, too.
We
back
did.
then.
We had her voice promos back then.
I just got a text, and I won't tell you who it's from, but it says this, and you can maybe figure it out on your own. It said, "Hey, Cappy, we had a great time at the after party last year. We got to do it again and run it back, just like the LAFC." So some people did enjoy the after party last year.
There you go, Mario. Yeah.
I didn't say it was Mario, but
Well,
Mario
here's the
Ruiz.
thing, Cappy. Why? I don't understand. Why this is in question? Just have the after party in your room.
oh no, I don't want to have it in my room. No.
Okay.
Because then you got to kick people out.
The
Right.
issue, do we want, Sedano, you want me to pull back the curtain
Yeah.
a little bit?
Yeah.
The issue is we did such a great job selling out the hotel for Mandy's night that there's no rooms left for the after party to be in.
Right.
And now Cappy keeps hitting all of us up with these cryptic texts.
Yeah. Like, hey, is there an extra room?
Right.
Or, yeah.
Or like, really would be nice if we can get one. Yeah, we don't have any.
Yeah.
Right. So imagine that.
So wait,
You-
you're doing an after party that doesn't have a room yet?
No. You're very close.
No,
George.
no.
You're very close.
Doesn't have a venue.
There is currently not an after party because there is no venue.
Do you have a hotel room?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead.
But the thing is, it's one of those rooms where, like, you walk in, there's a bathroom, a closet, a bed, a desk,
And that's
a TV.
it. It's
That's
like 350 square feet.
Yeah.
You want a suite.
I
Well,
need it.
I don't
need
know
like
if there are suites at the Commerce Casino like there
Oh,
were at
there,
our.
there
I
definitely
assure you there
is
are.
at a casino. Faux
Correct.
show.
Well,
faux
Lindsay's
show.
producer Lindsay's got the suite.
It's
The
true
Faux
because a lot
shizzle.
of times they don't list them on the website. People don't even know they
So,
exist.
Cappy, here's
but
the
they
thing.
definitely
Yeah.
exist.
Call the front desk
okay.
and say, hey, do you have a suite open for Saturday, June 10th?
Yeah.
And they will say yes or no, and then you take out your credit card like a big boy and run it.
Never happening.
And then you have the suite.
Never happening.
He's going to call and be like, "Can I get a suite for free?"
Yeah. No, absolutely.
I'm going to say,
How's your
hey,
Tommy?
hey.
No, he's
This
hit
is-
up Tommy 4 different ways the last 3 days.
You really? I would love to hear these stories.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh. And he
We should
doesn't
bring
realize.
Tommy in here.
And he likes to play tag between like Tommy and I, and he didn't realize yesterday we were sitting next to each other.
Oh, that is such a move for you, though. Like you're texting each of them, and they're literally in the same room. That's
Yeah, I'm
fantastic.
texting mom and dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so,
If we had it, we
yeah.
would give it to you.
Well, but don't you guys see, though, that now that the everybody wants to go. There are a very small number of VIP wristbands.
So far,
Who's
we hear
everybody?
one person, Mario, wanted to go. And I love Mario, but all of us were kind of like, whatever.
Well, George, he doesn't want anything to do with us.
We're going to DeAndre's after party.
Okay.
That's where I heard it was popping.
Laura
Podcast
says it's
launch
popping.
party.
Wait,
Big deal.
DeAndre's party's going to be popping and what?
It's going to be their podcast launch party, so it's a big
Yeah,
deal.
it is a big deal.
Okay.
I may pop into that.
If it's in the hotel, I'll pop in.
Yeah, it's,
Support
it's
the
in their
kids.
room.
You know, maybe I shouldn't have an after party. Perhaps and I'm just saying perhaps, I should have an after party.
Cabby, why don't you just hit up DeAndre and use his room?
Yeah, I bet you if you gave him a little scratch, he'd,
He'll
flip
hook you up.
Flip him a couple hundy.
Not a bad idea.
Just saying.
We invade DeAndre's room, and we have our after party in DeAndre's room.
So you want the after hours party?
Perhaps. It's possible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Talk
Listen,
about the
Commerce
NBA
Casino.
Finals there, Sedano. Talk about
I
the
mean,
NBA Finals.
There's gonna be a lot of
Yeah.
bars there, restaurants.
Well, that's true. We could all just go down to a bar, have a
Right.
quick pop, and then go back to your room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can just take over the bar.
Yeah. You're going to be on a tight schedule anyway. Rachel's going to have a lot of stuff for you to do.
Oh, there's no question. Yeah.
You didn't win, Cappy. You're going to get tied up.
Yes, please.
Wait till you hear what Cappy told me off the air yesterday that he almost slipped and said on the air.
Oh, boy.
About,
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'll have
Don't
to
say that.
No, I can't say it on the
You
air.
can't say that on the
No,
air.
it's not even. I mean, it's definitely not safe for work.
Yeah. I mean, even if you could clean it up, you really couldn't say it.
NSFW.
Yeah, you can't say
Yeah.
this.
Cappy, do you
What?
believe in rest versus rust? Like, do you believe rust is a problem in sports? Like, if you're the team that's sitting around waiting, whether it's baseball, basketball, hockey, etc.
I don't. And maybe I have, but in this case, I don't. I feel like Denver has had a lot of time to just get their bodies healthier and feeling good. And I think that Miami is two things. One, coming in, I'm expecting them to be run down more so than a fresh Denver team. But also, and this is what happened to the Lakers in Game 1 in the first half, I think Miami will deal, and I know it's all of a sudden become a popular thing to talk about, but I think Miami will feel the altitude, particularly in the first half. So I'm going rest over rust in this case. How about you?
You know, I think that in Game 1, I think that rust could be a problem. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's one of those things where it has historically, and I'd have to go back to each and every instance, but off the top of my head, I feel like that team has come out a little slow, right? So I think that kind of mitigates things, which is kind of like why I like Miami plus the points tonight. And if they get within the 8, I feel like they've got a shot to win it. So I actually think we may have a competitive game tonight, and I think that's part of the reason. Now, that will go away after Game 1, and maybe even after the first quarter or the first half. But sometimes that's enough to keep teams in a game.
Are you watching this game tonight on traditional broadcast television?
Yes.
And you're going to watch just the regular standard, ESPN/ABC telecast?
Yeah.
Okay. Because is it my understanding tonight that Stephen A. Smith
Is doing an alternative broadcast on ESPN2, I believe.
Right. So Stephen A. is doing what is now known as a Manning cast, although he's calling it Stephen A.'s World, and he's having a bunch
No, but
of,
he's had this. He's been doing this for a long time now. It's
right.
not
But
like-
but is it during the NBA Finals? Has he been doing this? for a
no,
long
this is the
time?
first time it's been done during the NBA Finals.
This is what I'm getting at. So
Right.
here's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Should I give Stephen A. a shot? Should I watch the game tonight with Stephen A.?
I mean, if you want to. I mean, I'm going to watch it. I like watching the traditional broadcast.
As do I during football season. I'm more inclined to watch the traditional broadcast than to go watch the Manning cast. But I find that when I go watch the Manning cast, sometimes I never go back to the traditional broadcast. Watching the game with Stephen A. and him bringing in all these different people along the way, should I give that a shot tonight, George?
Why not? Sure.
I may give it a little shot.
Okay, cool. Now let me ask you this,
Go ahead.
because you believe Denver is going to win this series, I believe, right?
So here's my thing. My head says Denver can sweep the Heat.
You're like Woody Page now, all of a sudden.
My heart says that there's no way the Heat can be swept. No chance. My head says Denver's rested and has the better players. And my heart says this team right over here, Miami, is all grit.
I don't know how. I mean, they have the best player. There's no question. Like, in my opinion, they have the best player. After that, I don't know that. I mean, after that, Jimmy Butler is the next best player. Is that fair?
Okay.
Now, I know most people would probably go Jamal Murray, and I probably would lean that way too. But Jamal Murray is a one-way player. Like, he's solid on D. I don't think he's great on defense.
Looked pretty good against LeBron in the last couple of seconds of Game 4.
Guy's on 1 foot, man. Come on. Stop.
Come on.
I mean, don't be ridiculous.
Come on.
So,
come on.
But like Bam Adebayo is what he's like 4 times. He's 25 years old. He's a 4-time All-NBA defensive player.
Yep, not taking anything away from Bam Adebayo.
Now, and he initiates a lot of their offense. He's not a guy who gets up a lot of, he's not a scorer per se, but he initiates a lot of their offense, a lot of the passing, kind of like a diet version of Jokic in a lot of ways. Like and the rest then you get to the role players. Like Michael Porter Jr. has a ton of talent, but man, does he make a lot of boneheaded mistakes.
All right, so again, I'm just giving you kind of like this head versus heart relationship that I'm dealing with right now, George.
Mm-hmm.
So head says Denver should win the series. Heart says that I really want to root for the Heat to win the series. But I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I'm going to go for my head over my heart. I think I'm going to go with Denver to win this series in 5.
That is the prevailing bet in Las Vegas at the moment.
Yeah, I kind of figure it's the 2-2-1-1-1 deal, right? Like, so I figure that they'll win 3 games, 2 at home, 1 on the road, come back, win Game 5.
Yeah. Well, we're about to see. If they
and by the way, I hope I'm wrong. And all Heat fans should be happy to hear me say that because I'm usually wrong about everything anyway.
Yeah, I think this is a real series because the second lowest odds is Denver in 7. And I think if it gets to 7, that to me is a complete toss-up at that point.
Right. I don't care where it's at.
Yeah.
Because like Eric Spoelstra said, he don't care. Let's go play on Mount Everest, Jack.
He is at the peak of his powers right now, both schematically and verbally at the podium, I feel like.
Yeah, the peak. This is it. Don't get no better from here?
Well, I mean, he's since he's been coaching, only one guy has made as many finals as he has. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So, I mean, he's been there a lot now.
And he's a very young guy still.
He's 52.
Yeah.
Younger than you, Cappy.
I know. Don't tell me that. I look a lot younger than he does.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Stop.
Yes, I do.
Laura, does Cappy look younger than Eric Spoelstra?
No.
Come on, Laura.
Sorry, no.
Come on, Laura.
No.
You know
Even if
what?
the answer is no. Can't you just help my ego?
You know what may help your youthful...
Oh, my God, Cap, yes, you look so much younger than him.
See?
You know
Thank
what
you.
may help your youthful look?
Tell me.
Talking about our friends at Coors.
Oh, my God, I would love to. Listen, I made mention of it earlier today that the Coors Light girls would be at this after party, and Chris then scolded me and said, no, you can't do that. I didn't know. I didn't know there was a conflict here. Hey, look, all I know is that icy cold Coors Light and the Angels are keeping California chill all summer long. Right now, you have a chance to win the Ultimate Angels prize pack, which is tickets to games, which you want to go see. The team has these Hawaiian shirts that say Coors Light and has these angel logos, and it's a red button down. It's super fun. Everybody seems to love it. And you can win tickets, too. So it's all presented by Icy Cold Coors Light. So go to the website, keepingcachill.com, keepingcachill.com. Use the keyword Angels for your chance to win. And stay tuned, because we have a lot of things coming up to get you and me together at Angel Games this summer, all compliments of Coors Light.
About 13 minutes in front of 5 o'clock. A live imaging Thursday for a moment on Sedano and Kap as we count you down to the NBA Finals Game 1. 5:30 p.m. We'll bring you the play-by-play courtesy of ESPN Radio. On this day in 2004, Usher released
Oh, yeah.
Confessions Part 2. As the
Not
third,
to be confused with the original.
Well, the Part 1 was good.
Yeah.
As the third single from Confessions.
Yeah. Anybody watching the YouTube is seeing the moves today. Feel like I'm probably the only one watching. I mean, at least of our group. No, Laura, today you should have seen it, man. I've been working on some moves because my man Alex Toussaint, my Peloton instructor, been showing me some things. He says that he's taking responsibility for giving me rhythm. That's what he tells me. Club bangers. Oh.
You know, on this day in 1999, the peer-to-peer file sharing juggernaut,
Oh, Napster.
Napster, was launched. Did you guys use? I used Napster.
I used it.
Oh, yeah.
Cappy,
course.
did you use Napster?
Nope.
Yeah.
What?
I don't feel like you're technologically savvy enough to have used Napster.
Still haven't been able to set up my ESPN email.
Right.
True.
I feel like that was also in like your dark period where you were, you know, when you didn't listen to Mystical or
Yeah, all that
Juvenile
music
or
that
any of
everybody
that
else
stuff.
was listening to.
Yes.
Right, it was my dark period. I was like Aaron Rodgers. I was in the darkness.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of music, though,
Yeah.
so Lindsay, what is this deal? What is this story about Taylor Swift?
T-Swizzle.
Okay, so I saw this story the other day, and I think it's one of the funnier things that I've seen in a while, and especially for you, Cappy. So some Taylor Swift fans, because, you know, she's currently on tour, impossible to get a ticket, they're going to her concerts, not wanting to miss a single minute of the show, so they're wearing adult diapers, so they don't have to leave their seats to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
That's like totally for you, I feel like. That's right up your alley.
Oh, my God. This is a genius move.
That's gross.
It may be gross. That is true.
I mean, could you imagine just soiling yourself just for a
Ew.
Taylor Swift concert?
Right. There's this TikTok. It's like Taylor Swift concert TikTok where
The
these
Swifties.
girls, the Swifties are all like posting these videos of themselves like putting on their like showing themselves like, oh, we got our adult diapers on, woo, we're good, like under their fancy, you know, glittery dresses.
They're
That's-
disgusting.
I will say this Taylor Swift tour is like some like insane moment in music history where like young girls and moms who take them, right, or parents, not only moms, dads too, but parents that take them are like involved in this phenomenon that's happening this summer or this tour. It's not just the summer
It is
with her.
like-
It's crazy.
It's like a religious experience. And by the way, you say all the daughters and the moms. So I saw Aaron Rodgers on his Instagram at a Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah, I did too.
over the weekend. Yeah, he was jamming out.
Was it like at MetLife or
Yeah.
someplace in
Yep.
New York?
Mhm.
Aaron Rodgers is a completely new guy because leaving Green Bay, little tiny town, and going into New York City, he's like, wait a second, there's theater, and there's music, and there's restaurants.
I mean, he lived in L.A. in the off season.
I understand,
though, you
but
know,
I'm
it's-
saying like Green Bay, there's nothing.
Whole new world.
There's not right. New York, oh my God, New York, and now it's like Taylor Swift's coming to town. Well, when you're Aaron Rodgers, your people have a way of reaching her people. Maybe everybody's represented by the same agency, and the next thing you know, you're Aaron Rodgers, and you're there partying, George, with all the moms and all the daughters.
Well, he's actually like a huge fan, I guess.
Yeah, and so's Brody, Cappy's guy.
yeah.
I am going to say something right now.
Oh, here we go. You're gonna wear the under. Are you gonna go to the concert in Pittsburgh with your daughter? You're gonna fly across the country and wear the Depends?
I am not.
Oh,
I'm going to start manifesting in the universe that I need Taylor Swift tickets for SoFi Stadium. And George,
why would someone give those to you?
George, I'm not looking for someone to give them to me.
Yes, you are.
I'm looking for someone to invite me to their suite. Do you
Even
see the
better.
difference?
Even
You're-
better.
you really are just a bad guy.
You're like a mooch, man.
Yeah.
He's not a bad guy. He's a cheap guy. There's a difference.
No.
because he's using this radio show
I mean, I'm
as
trying
a
to give him a
platform
bone
to
here.
try to get himself free tickets when he is a 1%er.
I know. Leave that mooching to me, bro. I'm like
Yeah,
100%
seriously.
down
You know
here,
what?
nothing.
If you want to give up your sweet ticket or a ticket to Taylor Swift, give it to Laura.
Well, I got to give it to my daughter.
No, give it to me. I'll
Well,
sell
but-
it. I'll make some money.
But your daughter, it's like, this is a thing, Cappy. I always hate when I used to be a waitress and you would have like famous people or like athletes come in and they would want their tabs comped or
Why?
get a discount because they're like, do you know who I am? And it's like, yeah, I know you can afford this. But those are the people who always want stuff for free. And it's like, why do the people who have the money want the stuff for free when like,
The rest of us have to pay for it.
I agree. I agree with you guys.
George has no problem paying for tickets.
I agree. Well, I do.
I know. I'm just
Now,
pointing it out.
so it comes down to this, Lindsay Baseball.
But you just sound like a spoiled brat when you do that, when you say that like that.
I'm not spoiled brat. I'm saying that I'm going to put out into the universe that someone that I know has a suite, and they go, who would be a really nice...
You're clearly clinching man of the people right now with this conversation.
You know who would really be a nice person to have? Scott Kaplan and his daughter Julia would be lovely people to have in the suite tonight.
He's a great hang.
He's a great guy. and his daughter would like to come to the show.
We'll all wear adult diapers together because Cappy wears them anyway.
Cappy will bring the adult diapers because I've seen the pictures of them in Costco in front of the Depends undergarments. And so my contribution, my value add will be the Depends undergarments.
So you know what? I got something on this. I'm going to give you an analogy here, Cappy.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
We do have a sports conversation that Cappy wanted to get to yesterday that I will get to.
I'll keep it to 60 seconds.
Go ahead.
Producer Emily, right? Huge Taylor Swift fan.
Oh, my God, yes.
Big
Emily
Swiftie.
from the Travis and Sliwa show. Mm-hmm. She had a whole plan, and she got tickets, or her friend did, but they were all in a group trying to invade Ticketmaster when they came out.
Which was hard.
Very difficult. She put the work in, Cappy, and she got it done.
That's right, and she's a regular person.
Regular
She's not
person.
a 1%er, Cappy.
But much like your on-air performance, you haven't put in the work like George Sedano.
That's true.
You know what you are?
Tell
You're
me.
looking for the easy way out.
There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut home.
Keep going.
You don't have a pair to put in the hard work
Yeah.
to be at the level of a George Sedano or a producer Emily. And for that, my friend, at 4:54 on a Thursday afternoon, you're gutless.
Gutless.
I actually think my way takes a lot more work.
No, it's called scamming people. That's what it requires.
It takes a lot more begging, that's for sure, because like we said, like the whole Ticketmaster thing and trying to get in and the waiting line and pre-registering, it's a nightmare.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, guys. Everybody relax. I haven't gotten tickets yet. Chill out.
And as long as I'm around,
Yeah.
you won't from this place.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
From this place?
I
Really?
have made it clear.
Yeah.
Nothing for Cappy.
Really? No
Damn.
Taylor Swift?
Nada.
No. They go to, if anybody gets them,
Yeah.
I want Emily to get an extra pair.
Yeah, Emily for sure.
Extra pair.
And then she can sell them to you, Jack.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Who do I know that's got a suite?
And by the way, why would you want to take her in a suite? That's not going to be a great concert experience.
Well,
Buy
I mean-
tickets for your daughter, damn it.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
I got a real problem with Taylor Swift charging what she charges for these
it's
tickets.
Taylor. I mean,
I do.
If Rachel wanted them, would you buy them?
I probably wouldn't, but she would. She would. She would buy them in a heartbeat.
speaking of SoFi, though,
Yeah.
Cappy, you had this story yesterday. It became an Aaron Rodgers tangent conversation, but you were talking about how Aaron Rodgers, Pro Football Focus, had him as the number 5 quarterback going into this coming season.
That's right.
They also had Matthew Stafford outside their top 10 this year.
And is that shocking to you?
Not really coming off an injury at this age, no.
I mean, is when I look at a guy like Matthew Stafford, I ask questions like guys who are behind him. Can I ask everybody a question? If I told you right now Jared Goff, or I told you Matthew Stafford, is that a home run automatic answer as it was a couple years ago?
Maybe not, but I would still take Matthew Stafford if you can keep him upright and you can actually protect him.
I would take a younger Jared Goff right now, given all the injuries. Hey, Deshaun Watson is behind Matthew Stafford. Now, he didn't exactly play well last year.
Yeah.
But I mean, I certainly expect him to be better.
But
Geno
I'll
Smith,
tell you this: this is my prediction on the Rams.
Yeah,
They will be hovering around 500 by the time it's all said and done.
maybe. I mean, listen, they've got an experienced coach, they've got an experienced quarterback.
Oh, they got Stetson Bennett, like you said too.
Well, they have a two-time national championship backup quarterback.
Right?
Don't
Who's
forget
not
about
going
that.
who's not going to be the backup? It seems like now.
Well, there certainly is a competition. I mean, they did go out and sign that kid Rippon, who was with Denver for a couple of years,
Brett
a kid out of
Rippon.
Boise State.
Yep.
How about Tua being ahead of Matthew Stafford?
Well, Tua was one of the top quarterbacks in the league statistically last
He was,
year.
but he
the
can't stay
concussions.
healthy.
Right, but he stayed healthier than Matthew Stafford did.
I mean, I was just surprised. I looked at this list. I was really surprised to see Aaron Rodgers at number 5.
But really, when you think about the guys after that, I mean, there's not like some home run that you would say for sure. Like, I'm with you. I think that Aaron Rodgers, maybe, I'm guessing that what we saw last year maybe isn't exactly who he is now, but it's closer than what he was 2 seasons ago.
I love on this list that Trevor Lawrence is in the top 10 now.
Trevor Lawrence is good, dude. That second half that we saw against the Chargers was legendary type stuff.
George, I don't know if you know this or not, but on this particular list, they had to adjust it just right before releasing it because there was still talk about Tom Brady going to the Raiders, and if Tom Brady were going to the Raiders...
he told Jeremy Schaap to go shove it with all the unretirement talk. He was literally like talking to you.
But it would have changed this list because it would have gone Patrick Mahomes 1, and then it would have been Tom Brady 2.
Yeah, definitely not.
I think that's what would have happened.
No. Thank God Tom Brady put an end to this
Come
nonsense.
on, Tom.
Was it Cappy or Mace that stopped watching in the second half of that game? I'm trying to remember.
No, it was Mason.
Mason stopped watching.
Mason.
Right, yeah.
No, Cappy couldn't stop watching.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Are you
Second half
kidding?
of which game?
Of the
Chargers,
Jaguars.
Oh, my God. It was like one of my favorite games of all
Right.
time.
It was Mace that stopped watching.
Yeah. He went and flipped to something else.
Me and Al Michaels.
He missed the entire
He
second
watched
half.
the NBC Weekly movie.
Like, he literally saw one of the second or third great. He missed the second or third greatest comeback in NFL playoff history. It was insane. All right, coming up next, Cappy. Series starts tonight. The keys are back. The keys for these teams tonight as we look at the finals. We'll look ahead at that. Plus, what you need to know is coming up in just a second. We are about 30 minutes away from Game 1 of the NBA Finals right here on 710 ESPN.
Your next
Action, a live imaging Thursday. It is time for what you need to know as we get ready. 29 minutes.
I would have been cool with a new song. That would have been fun, too. But
Sorry, guys.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals coming up. We'll have your coverage. ESPN Radio. It's play-by-play at 5:30 p.m. What you need to know.
It's brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are.
Take it away, President.
Thanks, Christopher. So, did you guys know that if you're watching the NBA Finals tonight, which I know you all are, you could possibly win a free burrito from Chipotle?
Oh.
And all it takes is a three-pointer, because they're going to give away 300 entries for every three-point shot made during the whole series. So up to 10,500 free entrees. I said entries.
I was just going to say, I didn't understand what was happening
Entrees will be awarded per game.
I thought they were entries to like a contest
no,
or something.
Entrees. I
Really?
read my own thing wrong.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Nice.
Okay, so anyway, going back to the beating here. Whenever
That is
a player,
right out of my book right there. Not being able to read your own
Yeah,
handwriting.
it's okay. It's
You know?
okay. It happens to the best of us.
So whenever someone hits a three-pointer, there's going to be a text-to-win code that's shared on Chipotle's Twitter account. So then the first 300 fans who text the code will get a free burrito.
Es un burrito.
Yeah, so if you want, Cappy, since you're frugal, apparently, and you're trying
Apparently.
to save some money these days, maybe you need to make sure you're following Chipotle's Twitter account.
Cappy,
to get
you
that
should
code.
just get like the San Diego Union Tribune or whatever they have down there and just cut the coupons on the weekends. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know. Do they still have a hard copy newspaper?
Of course they do.
Do people still do that?
Yes.
People still cut the
Sundays
coupons out?
especially, people cut out the coupons.
Wow.
If you buy a Sunday paper, there's all those coupons are still in there.
Coupons is such a funny word. Coupons.
I know people that were like pro couponers, man. Those people would save like $150. You walk into Vaughn's pays you on the way out.
It's funny you say that. So I had a friend who I grew up with whose grandparents did that, and every year they would end up saving thousands of dollars, and they would use that stuff they'd use that money they saved, they'd put it away and go on like a cruise or a vacation or something like that, like the grandparents. It was hilarious.
That is funny.
They had a whole TV show about it. It was like extreme couponing.
Oh, really?
Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Well, I mean, they got a TV show about everything. I heard that show, The Big D, that Ireland was talking about. Why'd you make that face? It's the real name of a show.
The Big D?
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Who's got the Big D?
It's about 6 divorced couples going like to Costa Rica together, and they get to find new love, except they have to room with their ex.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. So me and my ex-wife go to Costa Rica with 5 other couples.
Correct.
She and I stay in the same room.
But you get to find love amongst the others.
And I try and hook up with the other women?
Correct. And she gets to hook up with the other men.
Why are we staying in the same room?
That's just for, I would imagine, for drama.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, my God. That sounds horrible.
Yeah. Bergman said he'd do it.
With his ex-wife?
Yeah, if he can hook up with the other girls, he says he think he can make it work.
It's so easy to hook up in that environment.
But Cappy would want people to commingle in the same environment. You're gonna, like more than just one. You know.
All right, that is what you need to know.
Maybe.
A little extra for you. What you need to know, brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Christopher,
The Big D, starring Cappy.
And then my show might have a slightly different title in front of the D.
Why? You've got the big divorce.
Super K?
Yeah, mine should be the Mega D, you know?
Whoa.
No, it's
Yeah.
still going on. It's been going on for years.
Oh, it just won't end. Just won't end.
I mean,
That's why when you
we're
guys
coming close, though, right? We're like 2 more weeks?
Yeah, when you guys are talking to me about Taylor Swift tickets, I'm like, man, what do I do? Do I go on to Ticketmaster and buy those Taylor Swift tickets, or do I pay the lawyers? Yeah.
Oh, come on, Cappy.
Yeah.
This guy,
So
he
dramatic.
lives in a compound down there.
I mean, seriously, you're not destitute, bro. Let's
hey,
relax.
Hey, Chris, it's kind of like the scene from Succession where the ultra crazy rich lady, she's like, oh my God, look at the prices on the menu. I'll just have a glass of tap water, please.
Speaking of Succession, you know what would be hilarious to see Cappy in an environment? Remember that season 1 when they went to Tom's bachelor party?
Yeah.
Cappy in an environment like that would be incredible.
Would he? If for people that know, would he do what Tom did?
I don't remember.
I wouldn't
I don't
wanna be
remember what
around.
happened.
Wait,
How
you
do
don't
you not
remember?
remember
How do you not remember that?
Because remember, I'm picking up Succession middle of season 2. And I haven't watched season 1 in probably 2 years. So
Well,
what happened at the bachelor
but
party?
that's a really terrible job of picking up the show again if you're not if you don't remember it,
We
like
can't-
something that big.
We
What
can't
happened at the bachelor
We
party?
can't describe it.
I
on the
can't
air.
tell you
I
on
mean,
the air.
it was like a sex club.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's
Okay,
something
so
very
far I'm in.
It was not necessarily a sex
Right, it was
club.
like a secret
It was
sex
like a
club type of
secret
thing.
club
Okay.
and
Don't
an
say
underground
it, yeah.
club, and there was a swingers section.
This all sounds great to me so far.
Yeah, but you don't remember it, so
I
clearly.
don't.
So you should go back and watch it.
All right, what episode was it?
I don't remember.
I'll look it up.
Yeah. So anyway. All right, Laura, hit the keys. We need to move on before Cappy goes down a rabbit hole and gets us all fired on a short show.
What happened? They all got fired. I don't know. It was a short show. They were going into the NBA Finals. Next thing you know, they're talking about season 1, Succession, sex clubs. I don't know.
All right, Cappy, time for the keys. You ready for the keys?
Are these going to be 5 keys?
5 keys, and they work for both teams in this series.
All right, here we go.
All right, key number 1. How you plan on defending the 2 stars. Nikola Jokic and Jimmy Butler is a huge key. Nikola Jokic, much like you've heard this phrase before, particularly on offense, can be a cheat code, okay?
Oy vey.
He can do things that very few guys can do from that position and have ever done from that position. I don't know if there's a true way to defend him, although historically, Eric Spoelstra and Miami have done a good job. They've held him to an average of 20 points per game, which is well below his current average and his career average. So I'm curious to see if they can unlock that. Meanwhile, on the other side, Jimmy Butler, with a 3 days rest, I'm curious to see if he's got a little more bounce in his step. He suffered that injury against the Knicks and seemed to be wearing down a little bit throughout that Celtics series. But he obviously is one of the best players in the league at getting to the free throw line, and that is a huge weakness for the Denver Nuggets, is guys finishing at the rim. So if Jimmy gets to the rim, they can be in trouble. So again, how to defend the Stars, key number one.
All right, sounds good. I will just say this. If I'm Miami, I'm going to be curious to see if Butler is one-on-one with Murray. Like, is Butler going to play that role?
You're saying is Butler going to defend Murray?
Yes, defend against Murray.
I think at the end of games, at the end of quarters and things like that, maybe you'll see Jimmy on him. I think Caleb Martin will see time on him too.
I'm curious to see who they decide to try and defend against Murray.
It'll start. Gabe Vincent will start on him. He's the point guard.
I also am curious to see if maybe Miami is willing to let Jokic score. Meaning, I say let. I mean, if he scores, fine. But if he's throwing the ball all around and distributing the ball and getting everybody else involved, you're going to have problems.
Yeah. By the way, people here should also love Gabe Vincent, too. He's got a little Southern California connection, sort of. UC Santa Barbara, Gaucho. Wasn't Trav a Gaucho?
He is a Gaucho.
Yeah, there you go.
He is.
Is, right. Yeah,
he's a pitcher.
There you go. He used Gabe Vincent.
All right, what are we going to do here for
key number two?
All right.
Now, the offensive output from guys not named Butler and Jokic. So clearly there's a lot of guys. Murray's in that mix. Porter's in that mix. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Bruce Brown, particularly, right? Aaron Gordon. Ty Lue once told me that if Aaron Gordon gets going, that's when you know you're in deep trouble with that team, when he gets going offensively. Because that means that Jokic's two-man game is working to perfection. So those are the guys you have to worry about. Can those guys get going on the offensive end? Can Jokic get them free? And then on the flip side, it's basically all the other guys not named Butler, right? Caleb Martin almost was the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. He was one vote away. He was incredible and has been really good in the playoffs. Then you got Bam, right? You've got all the three-point shooters, perhaps even Tyler Hero, not tonight, but Woj reporting he could be back as early as Game 2 this weekend.
See, I'm on the Denver side on this. That I just think that when you start to look around, you say other guys other than Jokic. Murray, we all know, can go crazy. Porter Jr. can contribute. You just mentioned Gordon. Brown. KCP has come up with big shots. So all I'm saying is when I look at Denver's side, I think they got more guys that can give you points. So, okay, offensive
Well, they
output
are the best offensive team in the sport, but they are facing the second-best defense in the sport at the moment. So offense versus defense, basically. It's one of those time-tested battles. We'll see how it goes. Next key is three-point shooting. Obviously, Miami has progressed to the mean. They were 27th in three-point shooting this season, but the previous year they were first. And now they are first in the playoffs. They're looking like the team they were when they were the 1 seed the previous season. Denver doesn't shoot as many threes as you'd think, but they have hit timely shots, particularly KCP and Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray. But three-point shooting, if you look at these playoffs, more times than not, whoever hits that 40% threshold, particularly if the other team does not, that's the team that tends to win the game. So that's a big number to watch when you're watching this series.
Yeah, and actually Miami's three-point percentage as a team, at least in the postseason, is like 0.4 of a point higher than Denver's. Now, Denver may have had more opportunities, but
no, Miami actually, I believe, has more frequency. I think.
Well, it's the percentages are super, super close. It's like 39% versus 38.6% in favor of Miami. It's called research, people.
There you go. And then the last key. You ready for the last key?
Yeah.
You know you got to go with the coaching matchup, right? Coach Michael Malone versus Coach Eric Spoelstra. Michael Malone, as you know, I am a big fan of. I was very impressed with him this season. I was touting them all season long, and I believe that Michael Malone, this isn't going to be a Joe Mazzulla situation where early in the series people are going to be like, whoa, what the hell is Michael Malone doing? He's not even in the same league. Like, that's not going to happen in this series. I think Eric Spoelstra is the better coach, But Michael Malone is going to be very competitive in this series. He's been with this team for 8 years. He knows his team. I believe he is the fourth most tenured coach in the NBA behind Popovich, Spoelstra, and Kerr at the moment. So
Look at that. That's good knowledge.
Yeah, that's good. That's solid. Look, I'll tell you this right now.
Meanwhile, real quick, quick,
Mm-hmm.
Eric Spoelstra, if he does win this series and gets 4 more victories, he will surpass Doc Rivers, who has 3 more wins than him at the moment on the all-time coaching playoff list, which means that if the Heat indeed win this championship, only Phil Jackson, Pat Riley, and Greg Popovich will have more playoff wins than Eric Spoelstra at 52 years old.
Yep, and that's a big if. Listen, Mike Malone, Michael as he prefers to be called, he may be a great coach. And Eric Spoelstra may be a great coach. X's and O's. But here's the thing. Spoelstra is clearly more decorated, more accomplished. His resume is that much better. People will look at Michael Malone differently if the Nuggets are to win. If not, they're going to look at Spoelstra, as you just point out, George, as one of the all-time greats. Who's the better coach? Honestly, not sure. Who's the more decorated coach? Spoelstra, for sure.
Are you going to actually make a prediction, though? Are you going to?
I did make a prediction. My prediction is Denver in 5.
You did earlier.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah,
was I not listening to him?
And by the way,
probably not.
Let me
Probably
tell you
not.
something. It takes a lot of guts to make a prediction like that.
You
pal.
want a different one with more guts?
Let me hear it.
Nuggets in 4.
Oh!
Just like I said against the Lakers. Nuggets in 4, Cappy, and Sedano's my best friend. And I'm saying that.
Wow.
So that's guts.
That is guts. I mean, to be there in the studio with him, face to face, with Mr. Miami himself, to say that to him?
The Cuban power. He washed up on the shores once of Miami.
It's true. He did.
You love that, the washed up on the shores.
It is a funny bit. I got to be honest with you. Hey, coming up, we're going to do Radio Tinder. You know, Cappy, our friend Denise Thomas from 101.
The Truth in
Truth.
Milwaukee.
Yes, in
I
Milwaukee.
am so not happy right now about Denise Thomas.
Why? I mean, she used the word you used last time. I wasn't here, but I heard that she also uses the word delicious
Oh, my God.
in
Denise
describing
Thomas and
other people.
Denise Thomas and I are like kindred spirits.
Yeah.
And the fact that I have spent the last 2 days in my home away from home, downtown L.A. at the East Central.
Right. You're sad because you're not here today.
Correct.
I see.
I am working from home, and I love her.
Speaking of one of your other homes, how about you tell folks about Yamava before we play Radio Tinder?
My God, I would love to do that because Yamava has been doing this promotion through the month of May, and now here's today, June 1st, and we're going to run it through June. So I want to tell you that SoCal's #1 casino is celebrating the GOAT. Now, when I say GOAT, I think everybody knows who I'm talking about, a guy who's got 6 rings on his resume, a 5-time MVP, games that are called the Shrug and the Flu game, and you know, because you can see those images in your mind, there's only one MJ. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving you the chance to walk on air with the ultimate prize package of up to $500,000 in prizes. Now, we've been promoting this thing all the way through May. Here comes June. You got a chance to win a PSA 10 MJ rookie card, iconic sneakers, and free play at Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Visit Yamava.com for details because when you're at that website, you'll hear about the concerts, the comedians, the singers, the greatest sports bar on the planet, all the slot machines and games you want to play. Just visit Yamava.com for details. That's YAAMAVA, Yamava.com for details. You must be 21. Please gamble responsibly. And remember, 710 winners. Check that. 710 listeners are winners at Yamava.
Your next
Thursday special edition because it's NBA Finals Day. Game 1, we'll bring you the ESPN Radio play-by-play in about 13 minutes. Sedano, Radio Tinder time, we move it up because of play-by-play. We like to play a TV theme. On this day, back in 1994, FX made its debut, and FX originally was like classic TV. That was the first time I ever saw this horrible TV show.
The Greatest American Hero?
A great theme song. Pot up, Laura. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget on our sponsor, you're wearing the T-shirt today, Sedano. Tequila Mandala.
I am, yes.
Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala.
If Cappy was a superhero, he would be the greatest American hero. Like, he wouldn't know how to use his superpowers. He'd fly all weird, like.
And we've got a special guest in studio.
Yes, we do.
Hi.
Hi.
My girl
Denise
right
Thomas
there.
from The Truth. Hello, how are you?
Hey, Cap.
What's up, girl? I am so upset that I'm not in studio today. A little advance warning. I love following you on Instagram, and last time you were on the show, you were such a monster hit. Like, people went
Really?
crazy. They
You
loved
were.
you.
I
swear
saw
to
it
God.
afterwards.
Oh, my goodness. That's so good. Thank you for saying that. Now, here's the thing, Cap. With you and I didn't know I had to schedule an appointment. I thought you and I were better than that. I thought we
just
were
would-
on that level of impromptu appearances.
I just thought, you'd send me a text. Hey, I'm going to be in L.A. Let's have dinner. Let's connect.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? But
I
go to Milwaukee.
apologize.
I mean, you told me I could stay at your house in Milwaukee.
Of course you can. And you could drive my car. You get you get it all.
Could he just move there and do the show with you and we can get rid of him?
That sounds like a plan.
Okay, I like that.
Cap and DT.
Oh, that's nice.
Cap and DT. I love
DT
it.
and Cap. DT.
Cap's
you
name
wanna do
could finally
DT
go
Cap?
first on something.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
No, I'm so happy to be here, and thank y'all for allowing me to come back. I love
good to
being
have you.
here. So the last time I was here,
I missed you, unfortunately. I was on the road, so I
heard.
was not, yeah.
let's
Isn't
not
George
let that happen
cute?
again.
I will try my best.
George
to
is
never
very
let it happen again.
cute.
Isn't he
Yes.
adorable?
I mean, I know the ladies already know because nowadays you can Google, radio hosts. Because
Right.
when I was growing up,
You couldn't.
and then when you see them in person,
like, oh.
you'd be like, oh yeah, I see why you do radio.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah,
disappointment.
you have a face for radio.
Right.
Look at George.
Look at George's beautiful skin.
Yeah,
That's not makeup.
but ladies, George is glowing. I'm
he's a
here.
TV star.
Yeah, he's glowing.
He is a TV star.
He is.
Make no mistake.
Now, Cap, I don't want you to get jealous, so I got to give you some love too. You fine as well.
Oh, you fine,
George?
You
Cap?
fine.
Yeah, George.
You're
You go.
delicious.
You hear
You're
that?
delicious.
No, he's not. Don't pop push your girl. No.
Delish.
No, push. No.
Oh, is it delish now? No,
Don't push.
not even delish.
Hey, DT.
Yes, love.
You know that next Saturday is the Mandy's. It's our second annual Mandy's.
You've heard about it on company
Yes.
calls.
Yes,
DT.
yes.
You should be there.
Okay. Now, when is it? Next weekend?
Next
right.
Saturday.
Next Saturday.
We basically do an award show to give ourselves awards.
As you should.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so millennial of us. Like,
Yeah.
we tell ourselves.
Yeah.
That's what I love about millennials.
Yeah.
Because Gen Xers and above,
Yeah.
we were the worst critics of ourselves.
Right.
We were latchkey kids. Our parents didn't care about us.
No.
We went to camp all summer long because our parents didn't want to be with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's very millennial.
Yeah.
Encourage yourself.
Well, and especially in this town, everybody does an award show for themselves anyway, so we figure we just follow suit. So this
I
You should see Chris sitting
love
next
it.
to you, man. He hosts this show. I mean,
With
this guy.
Keyshawn and I
Well,
hosted.
first of all, ladies, let me tell you about Chris. I mean,
He fine, too.
that's not even. He is what you call. What's the song by ZZ Top?
Yeah.
Everybody's crazy about a sharp dressed man. That's his brother right here next to me. y'all.
Debonair. I would even say.
Debonair,
Yeah.
sharp dressed man.
Yeah.
Teach them, oh wise
I
one.
tried to
please.
teach Cappy, but his outfit for the Mandy's will be good. It'll be good.
Oh, I will bring my A game.
And then
Cat-
Sedano goes classic. Just a nice, sharp black suit, open white dress shirt. Oh. Yeah, he'll go
And then
classic.
DT, we
Yeah,
have an
no
after
tie.
party, and George leaves as fast as he can
As fast as I
Why?
because he's just
Because
not
he has to
into
spend-
it.
can. I got to deal with him enough.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
15 hours a week is enough.
yeah.
15 hours a week.
And that's like a 7-hour day already. So you know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
So now, are you receiving an award?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Okay, so but you're nominated. Everybody's
Yeah,
nominated.
everybody's nominated for
Everybody's
different
nominated.
awards.
What do you
Yeah.
think Cap will win? Let's just take a
He
guess.
won Host of the Year last year.
Hey!
He was a big surprise
It
last
was
year.
a huge surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Huge
Cap.
upset.
Yeah.
Huge upset.
It was.
Thank you.
It was a huge
Because in
upset.
Milwaukee, I have to do that. I have to do it by myself, y'all. Please teach the producers in Milwaukee.
We have multiple. We can go in stereo too if you'd
Are
like.
you serious? You
Yeah.
got more than one?
If you turn mine on, yeah, it'll go. Yeah.
That's what we do.
I will email that to you.
When
Please.
Cappy does his Peloton.
And can
he
we-
does Club Bangers.
I love it. Can we create a Mandy Award
We
for the
have a
best?
lot of
Beer,
these.
beer, beer, beer.
I mean, we also have like, you like Stephen A. Smith?
I do.
Yeah, I mean, we have a bunch of Stephen A. drops here. Like,
Are y'all smoking crack?
I mean, we have that. We have him just randomly screaming. Hold on, this one doesn't fire. No, that's Cappy. I don't know.
No,
Remember
that's
that.
Cappy. But
Do y'all use the Kevin Hart one? Damn. When he
don't have
interviewed
that.
Don Cheadle and Don was like, I'm 56, and Kevin Hart was like, damn. We use that a lot on the show.
We have other ones. Hold on.
So you have that drop. Why don't you have the other one?
Exactly. I noticed stuff. Well, first of all, the question is, why don't all the men on Earth dress like you? That's the most important question that we should be
Here's
discussing.
the thing, because I'm a larger
There's a
fellow.
lot. There's a lot that goes into having to dress like that every day, though.
But it's so worth it. I appreciate it.
I think
I'm so
it's easier
tired
to
of
dress
people
like that.
since COVID, everybody's gotten lazy with fashion. We just come to work with, like hoodies and sandals.
Well, my parents
and,
always taught me dress like you got somewhere better to be.
hey,
And if it's working with Cappy, I definitely have somewhere better to be.
Yeah, that's true.
you do.
Cappy.
Yeah.
Look at
I
these
love
guys.
you.
Hey, I love you. And this guy right here has got custom made suits, man.
I love it.
Well, this all is all
Internationally
custom.
made,
I could tell.
custom made.
Show the embroidery.
He is.
It's a monogram.
Yeah.
Ladies, let's do better. Let's hold men accountable
Yeah.
to dress more like this fine, extraordinary gentleman sitting next to me.
Dress
Let's
for
do-
success.
I wonder what you
There
would
you
say
go.
about Mason's.
Oh my
way
God,
he
he's
dresses.
dressed in pajamas every day. All right, let's play Radio Tinder with DT before we get out of here.
All
'cause
right,
we got to
let's
turn
do
over
it.
to the game.
All right, we'll just do a couple real quick here.
Okay.
So yesterday we talked about Al Pacino, who's 83, having a baby with his 29-year-old girlfriend. We all thought it was kind of strange that, he's going to be a dad again at this age, but hey, whatever makes you happy. So it turns out Pacino was just as shocked that his girlfriend was expecting a baby as most of the world. And according to TMZ, he immediately demanded a DNA test.
Nice.
After she told him that she was pregnant because he didn't think that he could conceive children anymore. He's too old. So if you were in his situation, would you react the same way and risk questioning your partner? Swipe left or swipe right, George?
I'm a swipe left on that one. I think that is a dangerous territory, as I would call it. What do you think? What do you say, Cap?
I will swipe right and say there's no doubt that if I'm Al Pacino, I know what I've done and I haven't done and what creates babies and what doesn't create babies. And I didn't do that. Can't.
But he did.
I'm going to swipe left just because I wish I had got pregnant by Al Pacino. I'm mad that I wasn't the chosen one because you know he loved black women. Y'all know that, right?
Yes, I know.
I'm mad that I was not here telling y'all breaking news.
Yeah.
I'm going to be Al Pacino baby mama.
Yeah.
So I'm with that, y'all doing a swipe right or left on that?
Yeah.
Swipe
Just
right.
as a neutral okay.
Just
All
swipe.
right.
We're just swiping on it.
Yeah.
All right.
What's
All right,
next?
So next one, tennis star Garbine Muguruza is engaged to a fan that she met back in 2021. The Spanish-Venezuelan athlete who won the 2016 French Open and the 2017 Wimbledon was not looking for love when a fan came up to her in public, wished her luck, and asked for a selfie. She said recently, quote, "My hotel was close to Central Park and I was bored, so I thought I should go for a walk. I ran into this guy in the street. He said, 'Good luck at the U.S. Open,' and asked for a selfie. I was left thinking, wow, he's so handsome." Well, they kept running into each other, and eventually they started talking and taking their walks together, and here we are, 3 years later or whatever, and they're getting married. So I'm going to give you guys a hypothetical. If you were single, would you ever date someone who's a fan? Like I'm a big fan of Sedano and Cap, love the show, let's get a selfie. Would you ever date this person?
Cappy wouldn't date them, but he would spend time with them.
So Cappy, let's start with you. What would you do? Swipe left or swipe right? Would you
All right, I'll
date
make
them?
it quick. When I first got separated, I did meet a girl.
Of course.
And dude, it turned into I'm talking like, what was the name of that movie with Glenn Close where she put the
Fatal Attraction.
Oh,
dude,
boy.
Fatal Attraction.
No one ignores me, Dan, or whatever his name was. That's what she said. Mm-hmm.
Fatal freaking Attraction.
Well, but I think you also... I feel like you're the type of person that kind of invites some of these
100%.
types of personalities.
Absolutely.
I think you also have to... I think that, at least for me, personally, I have a pretty good BS meter pretty quickly. So I can just kind of tell if it's a person I want to continue engaging conversation with or not.
Conversation was nothing to do with this relationship.
I
George.
understand, but that's where it should start. At least initially, you had to have spoken to her at some point, and if you couldn't tell that she had potential issues, then that's kind of on you, pal, is all I'm saying. So, so I'm going to swipe right that, yeah, it's possible. Why not? You have something in common at the very least.
Denise, what about you?
Oh, super left. Super left. You don't date a fan. Google Mary J. Blige and Jill Scott's divorce settlements. They dated fans, and you see what happened. You have to be compatible.
Yeah.
Equally yoked.
Well, perhaps, but we don't know if this guy running in Central Park is also got a ton of money.
Apparently, he's like a very, very good-looking man.
Yeah.
Did some modeling even.
But what if he's like some like rich stockbroker or something?
I love how you said they kept running into each other. Yeah, that was a nice way of saying he was stalking her.
Right, exactly.
Well,
exactly.
Denise, we got to run because we got to turn it over to the game. Thank you for hanging out with us. Great job.
Always. Thank you. I love y'all so much.
Great
Much
job,
love, DT.
Cappy, Chris, Lindsay, and Laura. Game is next. Game 1. Talk to you tomorrow.